Welcome back to the channel. Now today on the bench we have the Dumbo RC X6FG transmitter and receiver combo package here. Now this was sent to me from an Amazon vendor called ATA Hobby. So I'll be leaving links in the description below on where you can get this at their Amazon store. Now, as the model number says, it's a X6FG, so this is a 6-channel version of the Dumbo RC remotes, as well as having a gyro in the actual receiver. Now, I do have quite a few rebranded Dumbo RC style remotes, mainly those ones that are packaged with the ZD Racing RCs, but they are actually 4-channel remotes, but I haven't actually tried a original Dumbo RC transmitter like this one. It's going to be great to actually try out this 6-channel remote because it's got the potentiometers on the top there and you can adjust the gyro. These are very popular transmitters. They've been around for a while. You probably know that if you've been in the RC hobby for a while, mainly due to their price point. Now this one is going for under $45 on Amazon, and that is a steal for the actual performance that these transmitters allow you to have. So as you can see, these are 2.4 gigahertz remotes. They are made for RC cars, RC boats, and RC tanks. Now on the side of the box here, we can see we have clearly marked the FG receiver, which has the inbuilt gyro. The only ones that I've tried with the ZD Racing rebranded Dumbo remotes is the X6F ones, which has no gyro. Okay. There's a whole lineup on the back of the box. So we've got the X6, the X6P, X6A here, the X4, which is a 4-channel, another 4-channel in a different color, and the X5. All right, so they've got quite a bit of a lineup there. It's 6 different types of transmitters. And lastly, on this side of the box, we can see it's a 6-channel transmitter. It has a channel 3 self-locking button. The channel 4 is a 3-way slider switch, or button they're calling it here. Channel 5 and channel 6 are those potentiometer knobs or dials at the top of the actual transmitter itself. So that will be used to adjust the sensitivity of the gyro. Number 5 here, it says it's got rubber oil on the actual transmitter handle, I guess, for a more comfortable hand feel, supporting mixed control of 1 and 2 channels, smooth and high sensitivity up to distances of 400 meters. Now that's another great thing that these Dumbo RC and Radiolink transmitters are known for, is the actual distance of these for the price point. And we've got the receiver response time is 3 milliseconds. So anyway, guys, let's show you what we get with this package from ATA Hobby on Amazon. Like I said, I'll leave links in the description below where you can check this out for yourself. Okay, so first off, we can see we have the 6-channel receiver here, and it is clearly marked that it has a gyro inside, okay, with the X6FG labeling there. So it can take up to 4.8 to 10 volts DC power. And we also have the quick start guide here. Okay, so this is a leaflet that you can fold out. And all the information you need to know of all the channels is labeled just here. Very easy to read about all the different controls, dual rates, and the setup. And it goes on to this page as well. You just turn it over and it shows you some more information there. All right, so pretty decent little quick start guide. They also have thrown in a Radiolink lanyard here for the transmitter. Now if you don't know already, you're probably wondering why we're getting a Radiolink lanyard with a Dumbo RC branded transmitter. Well, if you didn't know, Radiolink actually own Dumbo RC. Dumbo RC is a sister company to Radiolink. So basically the Dumbo RC branded transmitters of their company are just a cheaper option of transmitters. All right, so let's have a quick look at the X6FG transmitter here. Now, it looks very similar to all the other Dumbo RC style remotes. We've got the on and off switch just up the top. Got the channel 4 slider switch. It's a 3-stage switch there on the side. Channel 3 button on and off. Okay. Takes 4 AA batteries on the bottom, which you have to provide yourself. Nice fully proportional wheel. It's got a nice spring on it. And there is the 5th and 6th channel potentiometers here. Okay, we're going to use one of them for the gyro. We also have a hole at the back of the transmitter here to mount that lanyard or clip on that lanyard that I just showed you. Has a micro USB port there, probably for firmware updates, and we also got a 3mm jack as well. And underneath this door here, we have some more dials and switches. We have our reverse switches for throttle and steering, also our trims for our throttle and steering, and our dual rates for our throttle and steering as well. Alright guys, so to put on that one-handed control clip lever on the actual transmitter behind the wheel, it just slides in. It's got a couple of grooves on the actual clip itself, and see these little slots on the steering wheel just here, just there. They're all the way around the wheel, and you just slide it in basically, and you want to have it on this angle so it's easy for your thumb to control it one-handed with the throttle as well. So I like how they added that feature with this Dumbo RC transmitter. Okay guys, so now I'm going to show you how to easily set up the receiver into one of your RC cars. Now as you can see here, I've got the Bonsai RC 1/14 scale monster truck here. This is the Intrepid truck, and I converted this one to brushless a few months ago, and we're going to use this one in this video. So what we're going to do here is set up the first and second channel. So we've got not only steering, but we've got throttle. Now, if you're new to RC and you're not too sure, channel 1 always goes to your steering. So as we can see here, we've got the wire that goes to the servo here, and then we've got a second one here, just this one, which goes all the way to the back of the ESC here. So what we want to do always is the steering is channel 1, just there, so the top one. We want to plug channel 1 in for the steering, just like that. Okay, let's try to get a bit of better focus there. There we go. So channel 1 is always in the steering, as you can see there. Okay, now these actual plugs for the servo or the ESC can go either way around. All right, you can plug them in either way, but you want to make sure that the black wire or the negative wire is always facing the outside of the receiver, okay, and the white wire is always facing the inside of the receiver where the numbering is and the labeling is. Just remember that white faces the inside, otherwise you're not going to have proper controls. All right, so while I'm here, we'll get the wire from the ESC, and that goes into channel 2, and it's the same. You want it black facing out and white facing in. If you do it the other way, sometimes the car will go in reverse when you want to go forward, or forward and reverse. All right, now what I've done is put some Velcro on the back here, and I'm just going to place it just here where there is some more Velcro from when I put a different receiver in this truck before. Okay, so you want to have it pretty much lined up straight with the actual center of the car. Because this does have a gyro, that's how you want it. You want it perfectly center so the gyro works properly. Okay, now to activate the gyro on the receiver itself, you've got the bind button here on the side. You might need a little pin. That's what I use. I use the body clip of the truck itself, and you've got to press it quickly 3 times, and then this will flash red and green, red and green. Okay, and if I turn channel 6 dial up, you see the sensitivity of the gyro. See when I move it? All right, so that's why I said just then you want to have the receiver right in the center, nice and straight. Okay, that way it'll compensate perfectly to the left and right. You don't want it on an angle. You've got to make sure that is dead straight. Okay, there we go. There's the gyro, and then we got our normal steering, left and right, and our throttle. Perfect. Reverse. All right, so let's take this car out and we'll test it out, and I'll show you how it actually runs on the Dumbo RC X6FG transmitter here. Alright guys, now we're going to test out the Dumbo RC transmitter with this little bonsai 1/14 scale truck. Now, as I showed you on the bench earlier, it's very simple to install the receiver on the actual RC car itself, as well as set up the gyro by pressing the bind button 3 times. So I've got the gyro activated still. We're going to test that out on this tarmac here. Okay. Alright, so as you can see, it is working perfectly. Now I've got it on channel 6. I'm going to wind that right up to its maximum. You're going to see it's very sensitive. Now, once it's too sensitive, you can see it will wobble around quite a bit. Okay, so you want to dial that down maybe to about halfway. Is what I like to run these cars. Okay, so I'll try to demonstrate when you let go of the wheel how it tries to correct itself. As you can see here, you turn the wheel and then it's correcting itself by counter steering on its own. All right. The brakes are really good. Now that has to do with the ESC as well, the way it's been set up. I haven't tuned the ESC since fitting this receiver. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll try it out on this field here. And I'll check the range out. Okay. Now, of course, I'm not going to go 400 meters away, because this field is only about 200 meters from end to end. And really, if you're going to go over a quarter of a mile, you're going to need an FPV system to see where you're actually going. Being a 1/14 scale truck, it's pretty small. As you can see, this truck is pretty quick. We'll go to the other end of this field and you'll see that we've got perfect range throughout. Go a bit further out on the field to the edge and no loss of signal whatsoever. I can feel the controls are perfectly responsive. I'll try to zoom in this shot. When I edit this video, you can probably hardly see the truck itself. But perfect. I've still got that gyro on. And you can see once I let go of the steering, it just wants to correct itself into the opposite direction. Now, of course, you can turn this dial right down where you've got no gyro at all if you don't want to use it. You don't have to use it, but it's always good to have it there. Okay. All right, well, it looks like the battery is already over on this car. I did charge it up, but it's only a small LiPo in it. Okay, so there's a quick demonstration, guys, of the Dumbo RC transmitter in conjunction with the Bonsai RC Intrepid brushless truck that I converted. But as you can see, this is a great little lever here too for one-handed operation as well. So there you have it, guys. That's the Dumbo RC X6FG transmitter. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can get this one at ATA Hobby, Amazon store. Hope you enjoyed the video and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks very much for watching.